drift into the right level. 30 seconds. Forward. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. We copy you down, Eagle.
It's all right. Let's go. Well, hey everybody, and it is such a magnificently perfect evening out here in Jacksonville this evening that I thought I would talk to you from outside the TARDIS. Last 2 days I have worked mostly without the air conditioner with the door open. It's been great. So today I had a few little adventures. Got to the hobby shop, got some stock plastic and stuff to work on that Dornier that Tom Daniels sent me. He has christened it the Dornier 337A3, and I'm also going to see if I can make it the A3J with both a prop on the rear and another version with a jet on the rear. And today I was working on making the gear doors and measuring everything and taking etchings so I could cut and shape. All the gear doors are going to be hand fitted. I have to make a set that's both open and closed because I want to be able to try and pose it on its gear and pose it with everything retracted in flight. From my Horton kit, I found one of those, from my Nachtjäger kit, I found one of those missile, or the early German radar-guided missiles. I forget who made it, Kettering, Fletton, or whoever, anyway. But it's 1/48 scale, so I probably won't put it on the plane. It would look cool hanging off a wing with the radar on the other, but I'm going to just go with the guns. Tom was saying, you know, look, really cool if they had a ranging gun sticking out the center of the nose like a Messerschmitt did. And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. So we got all kinds of neat. I got all kinds of neat plans for that. I decided to go ahead and put a semi-gloss black primer coat on it because visualization's half the game, and seeing it in something like the paint scheme it's going to be in definitely helps. So and Tom TD was right. It looks really awesome. It looks almost sinister, you know, like a shark, and it's going to be really cool when I'm done with it. So I decided to try and clean up the TARDIS a little bit today, and that was, as always, if you ever notice, anytime you try to clean up your work area, the modeling gods have a tax that must be paid, and that's usually in broken models. One of the things I try to do is move the midway kits off the cabinet up onto a shelf, make some room up there because they were just kind of in the way, and move all of the unbuilt kits, the ones that are currently in progress, onto the glass cabinet, which is kind of the way I normally had it. I broke 4 models doing that. Broke one of the Devport Devastators. I dropped the thing and knocked all the wings off of it. And now the windshield. I can't find the windshield anywhere. It's just, you know, the modeling gods sit up in plastic model cloud heaven and just go, so you want to move your models? Well, that's going to cost you a propeller blade and an antenna. And oh, you want to move a whole bunch of models? Well, that's going to cause you casualties all over. I must destroy this and bend that, you know. And they laugh at us. And anyway, wow, I really went there, didn't I? Anyway, so also, did I get anything else? Oh yeah, I got to work on that. I'm working on that Peggy and that Japanese bomber, and that's one of the Hans Peter sent me. And that LS kit's a really cool kit, but I've really got to slow down and read the instructions, because you'll read the instructions, go, this goes there, this goes there, and then you'll realize a little further on or off to the side, there's little side panels that, oh, by the way, this, and this. So I managed to get the wings together, and I was like, man, that's odd, they're having trouble fitting. It turned out that the flaps are designed to be able to move, which I'm not going to have them move. I'm going to position them down, but they have these little hinge pieces that go inside so they can slide back and forth and move up and down. It says don't glue here, that's fine. I didn't glue there, but what I didn't realize was, because remember, these came in a bag, so it's, I mean, you know, the parts, with rare exception, the parts aren't numbered. And it turns out I didn't realize that the hinges on each side are side specific, and I'd gotten one on each side wrong, which is, then it was upside down, which is why it didn't angle the wrong way. And so I had to split the wing open, split the flap open, and redo it right. Now, no damage done. So it was just one of those little things that slow down, pre-fit, take a little time, this isn't a race. I just love how, you know, like, oh man, I'm building under, you get your pace going, and sometimes you start moving too fast. Which explains a lot of thumbprints on a lot of models. It's another reason as soon as I primed that Dornier that TD sent me, it went up on the shelf where I can't touch it. I'm not touching that thing for another day or two. You know, I want that because I'm using, normally I use acrylics, but for something this important, I'm going ahead and use enamels, semi-gloss black, and you got to really, enamels you should give at least a day, maybe 2 to harden. And I know some of the real hardcore model builders, I mean the guys that are winning all the awards in Scale Modeler all the time, I've been told that they'll paint something, they'll put it aside for a week and go work on other projects, and so take that for what it's worth. That's what I've been told. Funny thing on the Peggy, I went ahead, since it has a super complex framing in the nose and the tail gunner's position, I decided I didn't have a mask for it, and I wasn't going to cut all that tape. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I thought about hand painting it, but I was like, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and give the liquid mask another chance. And so I very carefully, and of course when you trim the liquid mask after it hardens, a lot of time when it lifts up on you, some people will put a clear coat over it before they do that, help hold it down. I don't know if that works or not, but or after they trim it, they'll put a clear coat on to help seal it. Well, I went ahead and just painted it in all the little triangular areas and everything, and it looked pretty good. I wasn't disappointed, so I let it harden. Then I shot it with a light gray primer because that's the inside color. And, well, realistically, I probably should have used a pale green, but neither here nor there. So then I shot it with a green acrylic on top of that, and pieces started coming off really well. I was like, oh wow, this worked. I'm getting all these nice clean demarcation lines, but then a couple of them, as I started moving around, somehow not the acrylic, but the enamel had infiltrated under the liquid mask. Now, I don't know if maybe it wasn't hardened yet, and I thought it was, and it infiltrated that way, or it just capillaried up in there. I don't know, but it's not like it's beyond salvage, but it actually kind of gives the airplane a really beaten up look, which isn't all bad. And from a little distance, it looks like, you know, a war-weary airplane with, you know, crazed windows and everything, and some of them are clear. So it's just, I was just disappointed that it didn't, that happened. So it turns out there's another Peggy in the group, which I'll build after this one. Next time, I think I'm going to do the same technique except no enamel. I'm just going to, I'm probably going to give the, I waited a few hours for the stuff to harden. It says 15 or 20 minutes or whatever, but I gave it a couple hours. But I think what I'm going to do next time is I'm just going to very carefully put the liquid mask in, and then I'm going to give it overnight at least to harden. And then I'm only going to use acrylic on it in very, very, very light coats. And that should prevent any infiltration, and hopefully that'll work. So that's my plan. So, but still having a great time. Well, that's really about all I got done today. Didn't get on the Saturn V. I meant to get on the Tremulous. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. And oh yeah, one announcement. I have a family function Saturday night, so I'm going to start the live stream at 5 p.m. Eastern time. 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you're in Central Time, that'll be 4 p.m. If you're, I guess it's Mountain Time. Getting dark. Light just came on. If you're in Mountain Time, it'll be 3 p.m. And if you're on the East Coast, that'll be 2 p.m. So everybody, I hope to see you there. And I've got a few things to talk about lined up. I want to talk about collecting old kits. I've got Craig Cadera's book. Hopefully, Craig, I hope you can join us. And one or two other things. Nothing, not that much. No big deal. Probably bring you up to date on a few of the projects. I did bring the Rommel's rod back into the shed because after seeing some of the work some of you guys did, I felt mine was not worthy, so I have to patina it some more. And kind of want to use a little rust on it, but if it's supposed to be in the desert, you know, normally things in the desert really don't rust. But I bought a couple of those Tamiya weathering kits. I've never used. That was when I went to the store. I got sheet plastic and stuff and things for the Dornier, but I also got some weathering kits, and I've never actually used one before. So Probably at the live stream, I'll probably show you the Rummel's rod with my first attempt to use an actual Tamiya weathering kit. All right. You ever notice every time I say, you know, that's about it, that's like Columbo, just one more thing. It's kind of like, that's what triggers my brain to the next thing, because I never write this stuff down. I should probably make a few notes. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful evening, and we hope to see you. If we don't see you before, I hope to see you 5 p.m. East Coast on the live stream Saturday. You guys take care and have a great evening. Okay, we can lift off now.